because I can't work the phone, I can't turn the screen around, I'll start again. Gonna do a quick review on a Outwell Nightingale 7PA air tent. Everything in the tent is mine. I own it, and nobody's sponsored me or sent me anything free, so it's my choice for buying. Also, I don't care about likes or subscribes. At the end of the day, the reason for the review is I tried to find a review on a tent. I couldn't, which is kind of hard when you spend a lot of money on it. So I stuck with Outwell because my last tent was Outwell, and it lasted 12 plus years, old version. So hopefully this will last the same amount of time. I was going to review the tent style wise, probably give it 8 out of 10, and you'll understand why. I'll go with the negatives first. Fly screens for one, and 2 holes, and I'll show them in the videos. So yeah, I'll give you a quick walk around and a review of the issues and the good things as well. Try and get it all done in one video. Also, everything's done on a phone, no fancy GoPros or stick things that you hold a phone with. At the end of the day, it's a phone, it does the job. Nice giant door, mesh door. There is another door on the outside of that which has windows in, which is tied back in a minute, but that's the only mesh door. There's a divider, compartment divider, which is tied back there, which goes round there and zips on, which is really good, but only has 2 vent holes in it, what you can unzip for mesh, and they're about half the size of the actual compartment itself. So you've got a rain safe door there, which is great as a rain safe door, and it doesn't track down to the actual door on the inside, which I do see some of them do. So it does do a job really well, but no mesh. And then there's another door just by the sleeping compartment, which is great, but again no mesh. So you know, on a hot day, it's getting rather warm in there, you want these doors open, but you don't want all the flies coming in, the bugs, midgets, whatnot. You can't, because it's just, you're gonna get swamped. So it's a bit of a strange situation, it's a bit of a strange scenario, whether they thought they were going to save some money by saving, what, a few hundred grams of mesh door and not putting it on. I don't really get it, personally. I think that's a cop-out, if we're going to be fair. You're trying to keep the cost down, fine, but there's a certain level of practicality you need, and fly screens are generally probably the most practical things when it comes to doors. 2 big windows, which are toggled, and they're better than how they used to be. I really, to be fair, wanted one with zips, but I couldn't afford the next one up, it was a bit too much. But with my old one with toggles, you could see from the outside, you could see in. These ones are really tight and you can't actually see if you stand outside, which is really good. So, you know, zips or toggles, I think it's a personal preference. Personally, I think they should all be zipped anyway nowadays, but you know what I say, keep the cost down. You do have 2 big vents at the bottom of each window, which are good. Yeah, it's actually not a bad setup. This is a 7PA, so you'd have another sleeping compartment. You can see the toggles at the top and at the sides where it would hook in, so you would lose probably roughly where my shoes are and the bike is. That would be another sleeping compartment, so nearly half of that section would be gone. If you had a bigger family, it would work great, because these are 3 and 3, and they are go ass over tit on the box. Really good. Quick, quiet inner door is actually, what it says is really good. Only works on one door. It's basically magnets sewn into the fabric, so you can have a conventional zip, or you can just use magnets. And quite frankly, I think the magnets are a brilliant idea. I don't know if they've painted it, but you'll probably see it on more tents if they've not, because it's fantastic. No more trying to remember whether you put the zip at the bottom or at the top, or if you done a stupid thing and left it halfway up in the middle at night when you need to pee, you literally just open it. My missus is lying down on the bed, so it should be fun. But you open it up, reading the book, you open it up like that, have that half zipped up, or half unzipped across the bottom, it means it can go that far back, and you let go, and then it just does it with the magnets. Only works on that one side though. On this side, you have to use the zip still. There is a zip curtain divider on the inside between the two, which is okay. These are darkened rooms, but believe it or not, you can see right through the middle. So in the middle of the night, you could easily see the other people in the other compartment, which is a bit disappointing. I'd have liked that to have actually been dark, so you couldn't have seen through. That would have been better. They've also given you like a tracking system. You can see it there. They give you these little clips which kind of hook in, and then you kind of just, well, you could velcro cable or string through there, and then you could go to the other side, and then you could make a washing line or something suspended across the sections. It's on 3 of the poles. It's on the 2 insides of this one, and then it's on the top of this one as well. They don't give you enough clips though, and the clips are really fiddly to get in and out. That is, yeah, a bit annoying. It took me quite a long time to get the lights up. I'll do a review on the lights later. They're the Vango lights, Sunbeam, I think. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, Vango Sunbeam. I'll do a review on them later when it actually gets dark, and I'll also do a review on that heater as well, because that's the cheapest thing in it and probably the best thing by far. So yeah, it's a good solid tent, it's sturdy. Let's go outside. The zips are well zipped in, so you don't get hardly any water coming through the zip at all. It has rained here quite a lot. So mesh being the issue, as you can see, and then the other issue is down there, is when it does rain, the water tracks right through there. Like I said earlier, I have the ground sheet and the carpet, so that would hook into there, and then the water would track straight onto this, and this is meant to be like a bathtub ground sheet, but all it would do is get you wet. You can see it by the yellow toggle, does the same thing. So there are 2 corner points where water comes in, which you can't really see it from the outside, but it tracks in there, and it's bloody annoying, to be fair. You're paying £1,000 for a tent, and they've purposely gone and put 2 holes in it, which is stupid. Hey, what do I know? First day of beam tent. Doesn't take long to put up. It's a nice looking tent. It's a bit noisy. I don't know whether or not it's because I've not put it up properly. Or I've not pulled it tight enough. I'm not sure. But yeah, it's quite flappy. So I don't know if that's me or if it's the tent. There is a huge mesh air panel at the back there, and that's zipped, which is really good. You know, my old ones were just velcroed, and after a few years the velcro goes and they don't hold, and it's great, but that zips literally from one side right across the other side, which is really, really good. You have the socket outlet, which is zipped as well, and the only other downside to it is you see the flaps at the front where they come out. Brilliant idea, should have done it all the way down, so you got that on the edges, which is normal, but the wind's coming from this direction, and when it rains it does that. And where's the water catch? On there, and then where's that track? Down there. So if they're continued, yeah, see what the wind is pushing it in, it wouldn't actually do that. Obviously we've got all the storm straps out and we've got it all guided down. This is really windy campsite, and it's done really well. It's rained a lot and it's not got wet. We've not got wet, and we've had the heater on, and we've had no condensation in the tent whatsoever. But I'll do a review on the heater later. But all in all, it's a good tent. It's expensive. Maybe it's not these days, I don't know. There's a chap over there. He's got an Outwell, and he's got the darker colour tent. So I'm not sure if that means that he's got the more expensive bodycon, or whatever they call it. I ain't got the money for that, so here's what it is. Ah, snail trail. Dude, a snail trail. That sucks. Ugh. Under the car you go. Ah, that's so annoying. Okay, well, I'm a bit annoyed about that, but yeah, clean off. So, all in all, it's not a bad tent. Just a couple little gripes about it. But yeah, all in all, keeps us dry, keeps the wind out mostly. It's a good tent. I'm happy with it. I wish it was a bit cheaper. I don't know, I think £1,000 for an air tent, around about 800 to 1500 seems to be the price market for them. Yeah, I don't know, I think I'm kind of in the middle. I ain't got that much money. Hopefully if it lasts 10 years, then you got your money's worth if you're going 3-4 times a year. Happy days. Hopefully this helps anybody else looking to review or looking at buying a tent. I say I'm not sponsored by anybody, it's just to help people out, because I really struggled finding reviews. So hopefully this is useful. Happy days, have fun. Thank you. I've also got some other reviews. I'm reviewing the heater, which is probably the best buy, the cheapest one now. I've reviewed the Outwell cooler, the light, and I'm going to do the Vango beam lights later. I'm not going to bother with the kitchen stand and the table, that's pointless. You know, you want them. But it's really easy to put up. It literally takes like 20 seconds to put that table up. It's brilliant. But yeah, hopefully it helps. Thank you.